Welcome everyone to my presentation. Today I'd like to give you a brief introduction into the online database Biography in Context. I also like to show you how to access it from home and how to use some of its great features. So here I am at the Sierra Madre Public Library Reference and Research page. I'm going to scroll down until I find Biography in Context. And here it is. I'll click on the link. And since I'm at home, it's going to ask for my library card number and my PIN. So make sure you let patrons know if they want to access this database from home, that they have these two pieces of information. So here I am at the Gale Biography in Context database page. There are a lot of options for beginning your research. You have the Spotlighted People section. You have the Browse People tab right here. You also have the Featured Video and Featured News sections. You have your area for your basic search. You also have a little link right here to Person Search, and you have also access to Advanced Search. You can also search via a person's name, occupation, nationality, birthplace, or death place, which is really nice. But first of all, I want to focus on the Spotlighted People section. There are usually 5 people who are spotlighted here. They usually have recently been in the news for some reason or another. So if you'd like to scroll through this area, you can use the arrows. You can also use the radial dial buttons here underneath the image carousel. If I find that I'd like to find out some more information about Vera Wang, I can go here and view some more information on her. It brings me to her topic page. I can also use the Browse People section. And it brings me to a page where I can choose a category. It's defaulted on the new and updated section, but I want to choose a category, maybe like actors or artists or aviators. Let's go back home. I can also use the featured video section. The Olympics are going on right now, so their featured video has to do with an Olympian. This is a really good source, and I want to show you what it's like to view one of the videos.
In the women's 400-meter relay, America's team is made up entirely of Tennessee State U Tiger Bell, anchored by the sensational Wilma Rudolph, who zooms out ahead in the stretch to clinch the event. Already the winner of 2 individual events, she is the only track and field athlete to win 3 gold medals in Rome, 1960.
It's a really nice short video, really nice feature of this database. I also mentioned the featured news section. Has a lot of great news resources, and what you see here are news sources that you have in your library's database. So for example, the Sierra Madre Public Library owns USA Today, Newsweek, and the New York Times. So I see this section right here under USA Today. This looks like this would be an interesting topic to look at. I'll click on the link, and it brings me to the actual article in the USA Today, which is really nice. And I also want to go over this section right here, which is a really great place to search for biographies on famous people. If you not sure of what kind of person you want to do your biography on, you can search by occupation. You make sure the occupation's highlighted. You can search by nationality if you're interested in someone of different nationalities. Or maybe perhaps you want someone who was born in the city you were born in. You can actually search birthplace or death place. For example, I really like this birthplace. I want someone who was born in Pasadena because I live right next to Pasadena. It's a really popular city, and see, it gives you some choices. It even gives you some surrounding areas. So let's try it and see what it looks like. And here are some people that were born in Pasadena. You scroll down, gives you some really good sources. Say I want someone who, I see Julia Child there. Oh, that's great. Maybe I'll try occupation. I like cooking. Maybe I want a famous chef. So I type in chef, but it gives me some options. Maybe it's thinking, since I punched in the CH, it says maybe you're searching for a chemist or a chess player, but I'm not. I'm searching for a chef. And I'll search the occupation, and here you go. Gives me some really good images, some really famous chefs. I really love Paula Deen. Gives you their name, their occupation, their birth date, and their death date if it applies. It's a really good source. I also want to show you in this section the person search. The person search is really good when you know the person's name or you know some characteristics about the person. And you can combine some multiple biographical facts about them. For example, their name, their place of birth, their place of death. You can also scroll down and use the limiters right here by occupation. Say I want it to be an actor, I highlight actor and I add it to my search box. You can also limit it by nationality, ethnicity, gender, birth year, death year. Really good. Source. And I want to show you the advanced search. This is for if you want to combine criteria such as a keyword, a document title, a publication title, or you want to limit to full text documents, peer-reviewed journals, publication dates, document type, content type, you want images or primary resources, content level. I like this for basic, maybe for elementary students, intermediate for maybe junior high or high school, and advanced for college students. And I also wanted to show you an actual biographical page on Mark Twain, because they have some really good sources in there that you should be familiar with. Some really good tools. So here I am on Mark Twain's topic page, and it gives me the portals to featured contents, some reference sources, news sources, academic journals, websites. Here's my toolbox area. Here's a quick fact box section. I can expand it, find out some really good facts I may not have known regarding Mark Twain. Some videos, possibly. Some images. If you hover over one of the images, you see the image gets larger so you can view it. Some audio, some related topics. If you don't want to scroll through the page, you can go to this section right here on this page. And I want to go directly to the academic journals. Here it is. I click on it and it brings me directly to this part of the topic page that gives me the academic journals. The same with images. Takes me directly to the image section, which is really nice. I'm going to go into the View More section because I want to show you some really good ways to view this article. For example, if you'd like, you can listen to the article. You listen to it, you press this button, and it'll read the article to you.
Mark Twain. Mark Twain, 1835 to 1910. American humorist and...
Well, it's reading the article a little bit slow for me, so I'm going to go to the settings, and I want it to go a little bit faster. So I'll put the speed at medium.
Mark Twain. Mark Twain, 1835 to 1910. American humorist and novelist.
So it read a little bit faster. I can also download the audio version of this article if I'd like, and it downloads it in an MP3 format, and I can listen to on my iTunes. The really interesting thing about this database is the tools section. If you'd like, you can bookmark this page. By using this feature, you can bookmark this page. It gives you a URL to paste it into another document. You can download the article if you'd like. You can download it to a zip drive or a flash drive. You can share this document on something like Facebook or Google or Twitter. You can also get help in citating this article. And citing this article, you can use APA, MLA. You can send it to a third-party software citation source. You can email this article to a friend or to yourself. You can change the format too if you'd like. You can print it to your local printer, use the dictionary, look up a word you don't understand, maybe in the article. You can translate this into another language. It's a really neat feature. You have several languages to choose from. I'm going to choose Spanish and show you what it looks like when it translates the page. There you go, it's translated to Spanish. It's a really good feature of this database. I can also save this article if I'd like. If I want to continue looking at other articles, you'll see that it's saved for me while I'm browsing this database. That way I don't have to look for it again. I can keep it there. Another tool that I like is this tool over here. It changes the text size. So I want the text to be smaller. I can do that. If I want it to be larger, I just make it larger. A lot of people don't know about that tool. I think it's a really good feature of this database. I'm going to go back home. And also too, if you're not sure of who you want to research or a subject you want to research, you can look under these portals right here. It gives you some suggestions. Here, if you look at this green box, this person's recently been put into the Biography and Context database. You can search one of these portals if you'd like. Something else too that I think that's really important is the resource section of this. This resource section is a really good way to help the general public, teachers or students or librarians who use this database. You know, sometimes you don't have a lot of time as a librarian to help your patrons use this database, and the tutorials are really good. They're brief, but they're really helpful, and they explain the database better than you can. So let me give you a sample.
Biography in Context, part of Gale's family of in-context knowledge portals, is an engaging online experience for those seeking contextual information on the world's most influential people. Biography in Context merges Gale's authoritative reference content with periodicals and multimedia organized into a user-friendly portal experience, while also allowing users to search for people based on name, occupation, nationality, ethnicity, birth or death dates and places, or gender, as well as keyword and full text. On the Biography in Context homepage, users will find featured biographies, providing a snapshot of selected issues and links to more information, featured video, and featured news.
So see, there you go. The tutorials sometimes explain it better than you can. So I would highly recommend that to your patrons. So there you are. There's a brief overview on the database, how to access it, how to browse it, and how to use some of its great features. Thank you for hanging around and listening to my presentation. I appreciate it. This is Sophia Duran signing off.